touched. Like so, like, they don't actually justify, potentially justify discussion. Remember, free policies to reading the law, or simply replacing the person, which is currently happening now. Bill mentioned here, to something that we're doing to decide the question, yes or no, whether there isn't a, so I would should take efficiency. It takes efficiency very seriously. However, I think it's very important to not allow saying that is to be we only vote so we're not pleased. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Between the misrepresentation or the lack of justification for eliminating the commission, the opinion appointments, evidence to the contrary of being inefficient and dysfunctional. The lack of communication that is alleged systemic issue all point to the memos of rather than. Nevertheless, it is my sincere hope that we can dismiss this effort and engage in good faith to address any concerns that the administration, council, and the public may have to ensure the best planning and outcomes goal for the future.
Roddy Yagan?
Thank you. We do a test with the Zoom attendees here. Discussion of this commission. We act without basis or justification outside of our authority or zoning.
This is plainly false. Evident many can benefit from understanding and that's okay. It is part of our Planning Commission's function is not to exclusively make prescriptive serial evaluations of height, window spacing. Rather, the purpose for a representative body of Troy residents is to perform discretionary, vicious, and nonpartisan evaluation of gray areas with the aim of achieving the best project possible. We balance developer interests with community hopes while considering the future, positively influencing site plans. We gauge against guiding frameworks sets forth conceptual ideas and aspirations for the speaker regulations and with outline threat consideration required of us. The planning process were as simple as checking the period of compliance properly. There'd be no need for a commission, just the approach of wholesale access highly functional government rather than addressing individual issues, raising the question of goals and reaction. It's clear this is the shortest route to a new set of members. It has occurred twice in the state of Troy's history. Present, the lack of meaningful ordinance changes, presented materials beyond the semantic first board and the replacement legislation underscores this reflection. The implied urgency suggests particular projects are exerting pressure. On functionality, by 37 months involved with the Commission has approved 118 actions across all Type 1, Type 2, and municipal with 39 speakers in the project, which is exactly the sort of thing developed here. Media articles highlight the thousands of units coming to Troy. We have approved 20 Type 1 speaker items. Those are the most sensitive and timely. If we are so different for dysfunction, why do Kings Landing, Collar City Apartments, Senior Living House, Lake Storage, Bargain Block Grocery, First Columbia, Rosenwood, Redburn, YWCA, Unity House, small business owners, young entrepreneurs like Believe, avidly seek projects? The stated issue is that we force arbitrary requirements. We specifically adhere to New York's Code of Rules and Regulations 617.7. Please review outlines how we evaluate adverse. For a commission supposedly insensitive to the timeliness of a HUD project, why was it that during the very first meeting, second sentence in response to the Taylor 2 proposal? One of the things I want to understand is whether it's with regards to your goals or timing of approvals or construction or maybe considerations. I know this project is in receipt of some grant. Bearing that in mind is important for the commission. Do you have a specific start date for construction that you need to achieve, or completion or CO requirements in order to receive grant funding? On March 8th, watch the record. The applicant's response was there's no financing for this. Later, all approval goal. I have been impressed with much that this administration hopes to achieve. Likewise, I'm in favor of the best and most efficient process for planning projects that advance our city. I love this city. I'd like the record to reflect I believe this body has done its job. I ask that you consider the whole record. Is this about a dysfunctional planning commission? You know, beyond that, I further compel you to explore that is true. That is a true issue. We have one individual planner serving for the myriad development.
Yes, we're good. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. My name is Jeff Bennett with in Avenue Small Business Owner. Um, the administration's characterization for attendance records by the Planning Commission, having reviewed all of the attendance records going back to 2021, there's a near 100%. The idea that there are so few commissioners, projects are going in new commissioners, being hindered by that is completely untrue, and all of that's reflected in the public. The idea that the planning board will be unable to set policy where the planning commission does not. The planning, the point is, planning commission is always setting policy. When the commission is tasked with making a judgment, policy is being set. And I offer this example to illustrate. In 2021, the city council tasked the planning commission to look at a potential rezone of 1011, which is R1 single family, to allow a high density apartment. Several meetings involving public comment and commissioner discussion, the planning commission offered their recommendation not to. Should they have been tasked with making that judgment, policy would have been set. Surely that was understood at the time by the council requesting the recommendation, who later chose to rezone the protocol. The administration's statement alleging that the planning commission has inexplicably project landers and consulting hard work. A proposal to replace the thoughtful and with another points to a desire to develop public input. If the city council is to make such a change, proposed in the agenda, will undermine public trust in the public process and potentially open up the city to legal liability. We'll have immediate in placing developers into approved. I've heard from numerous people that there's a developer with a project currently in front that is being on this third movement to resolve. I hope that is not the case. Mayor Mantell has been hard at work cleaning up and making improvements in the city. It's really made me proud of Troy. She's doing a great job. But one area that we need to work on, we've had city councilors, we've had arrested and convicted county elections, and there's probably even more. The power grab like dissolving the insider trade, something we can't afford to do, especially with the transparent process. Trust that the council will do the right thing. Sarah, you want to? We're going to add a few more chairs and we'll give you time in the hall.
very much, everyone. We have seats up front. Please feel free to sit. Okay, we're continuing with the speakers who have signed up as part of the public forum for the finance committee meeting. The next person is, excuse me if I say this wrong, Ackenture. Correct me.
Stocking.
Backing. Okay.
My name is Bachir. Work I'm speaking today for Jose, our proposal of local law 3, repealing Troy City Code Chapter 1, which calls for the elimination of 91, which calls for the elimination of the current planning commission of the city of Troy, enacting planning board ordinance 2. Having watched and attended many commission meetings for the past 4 years, the memorandum of support provided by the Corporation Council, in addition to Mayor Mantello's comments in yesterday's town meeting regarding the strict misleading bordering on standards. Mayor Mantello stated that the Planning Commission often goes beyond its legal duties with quote arbitrary requirements on development projects in the city, frustrating businesses that want to. However, in the city of Troy, there are not any unusual number of legal cases that indicate arbitrary decisions familiar from her ministry. Mayor Mantello states in her interview with the Times Union that, quote, she gets a lot of complaints from developers about being asked to go back to the drawing board on issues like building materials and architectural renderings that aren't spelled out in city code. I would argue, considering the quote, building materials and architectural renderings is in fact within the few duties of facilities. As stated in an article by Planning Commissioner Journal, quote, the modern American Planning Commission is the guardian of the public. When this responsibility is forsaken, all citizens of the community, present and future, suffer losses that are ecological, cultural, and economic, as well as social. Planning Commission that does not plan to promote and protect positive features of the physical environment is derelict in its duties to the community. Additionally, the administration claims that the attendance by members of the commission is decision-making. However, on personally researching teams many years in 2021, the data reflects the opposite, and the attendance of the members of the commission were consistent over the past 4 years at almost 100% attendance rate for members. I've already submitted to the record a letter, screenshot for the commission attendance for 20 years, and the meeting minutes for the planning commission support. In the spirit of fact and transparency, I asked the mayor and the city council to provide the public with specific examples and details on which projects have been delayed by the planning and how the planning commission has acted with their duties. The proposal of local law 3 is a fundamental change to the structure of government of Troy, warrants a transparent and involved process with public input and oversight. To support this request, he provides information. Community members have submitted FOIL requests this morning with any records from developers and those of business interests in the city complaining about the arbitrary decisions made by the commission. If it is true that people have reached out to issue a complaint, it is one that informs policy, then it should have been received as part of their official duties, and public records must exist and be shared to the public. We want to know who exactly complained, the volume of complaints, and the nature of these complaints. Should there be a public hearing on this moving forward, this information should be available to the public for ample time to review. Considering the above, I ask you to table this issue until the public more details administration, as well as considering options for council regarding how future planning commissions and their boards in the city of Troy. Thank you for your time and consideration. Troy City Council will make them right. The most democratic decision is
thorough range. Was I close? Okay. No.
Theo Fakinger, I'm also a earned a doctorate in Troy, environmental policy, public policy, history for extraordinary, quite unusual. It's not a disrespect to all the community loves planning commission so much. Also, we need to protect that. That is a testimony to a good job. You heard a lot of good reasons, a lot of good reviews saying for me about function, tendon, structural, supposed structural. That can't be the case when I see this. It doesn't seem to be the case when we look at what was already August. But we also have heard some more striking claims about commissioners Tunia quoted in the article outside the realm of the legal or beyond the realm of the legal. Commissioners that check development based on their personal preferences, not about generation context of neighborhood care. Well, within the person. It's a grave accusation. It's a grave accusations against personal contact with neighbors. If they were substantiated, the mayor could act upon with her existing power. Doesn't need this amendment. So we can't quantify what we can't quantify the structural issues that haven't seen anything to substantiate. Quite the contrary. We see personal contact accusations that are grave. I would want to see substantiate their main and claims of delay, of undue delay, for which applicants, developers, whoever comes for the commission, has also a process remedy. There is due process right to a timely approval. This process right for what we if there were pattern structural dysfunction that would cause in proper decision making, we would see that pattern continue in front of the courts. If the developer's rights are violated, where are the laws? Do we need to quantify it? Finally, and I'll come and talk and try to mix up this up meeting again too. If we come to that, because I really think we need to keep for two reasons. One, we have like we are not entirely sure if everything was recorded. So you heard it, spiritually deliberating, you should but table it and keep the record open. People can submit written writing case work. I didn't submit what I think right either. Second, we start native people dropped off that were paying people talk, when we thought it was cut off online. So people, the record open. How people invite off. Get the next meeting.
Thank you, Leo. Ursula?
I mean, to do the-
Dara Silverman? First working part. It's just interesting. What's happening elsewhere in our right? We have to be wary of anyone who's just question. Warren Shaw.
Good evening, everyone. Warren Shaw. Hired architect of 35 years. Troy Planning Commission is a body to follow and enforce Troy zoning land use ordinance. And Troy company did not.
just want to reiterate, we all know Troy is such a very unique place, as is evident from its history, the national landmark districts, and its wonderful location on the mighty Hudson. As Troy is growing and expanding so fast, it is imperative that we all, administration, city council, on here, and the public, strive to maintain planning commission and ensure that all future development in Troy meets the highest architectural standards, accessibility, sustainability, and preserving our historic neighborhoods. We have to figure out how to work together. So therefore, I am here tonight to tell you that I'm very much against the administration proposal to dismantle the planning commission and form something else. In my time at the planning commission, which is only 6 months, I can tell you personally, I witnessed firsthand my fellow commissioners professionally and polite to each representative. Also seen commissioning in a nonpartisan way from my first meeting. I was also impressed by how each commissioner tries carefully to stay within the purview of the commission's role. And frequently, questions of the council who is present at every meeting. Richard Morrissey. We are very careful to stay within our purview. I urge the city council to table this issue tonight until we have further discussion, have more information from the administration regarding her allegations. Thank you very much.
Kiani Conley Wilson.
Please, come forward. So, also,
And some of
We're local law. To people or where, the local law. Meeting is doing it. If you want to restart, well, yeah. Okay, well, we're continuing, folks. More who signed up, who we want to, anyone who didn't have the opportunity to sign up. So, the next person